Alright, welcome back to another YouTube video, guys. It's been a couple days now, almost a week again. Sorry about that. But yeah, here we are again. The blue background, of course, where I normally film my videos. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about something very important that has to do with yesterday. So, as you guys may know, yesterday was the Super Bowl between the Seahawks and Patriots. I personally ran for the Seahawks because I low-key did not want the Patriots to win again, which, of course, it didn't. So, hate on me if you want, I don't care. That's what I went for. Besides that, though, I really wanted to talk about the halftime show that Bad Bunny hosted. And watching that halftime show really brought a tear to my eye. You know, I honestly felt like crying right there because of how beautiful it was. It was all about inclusion. It was about recognition, acceptance. And with all the horrible things happening lately between ICE and other immigrants around the country right now, it was much needed. Like, we all needed to hear that message, you know, even if you're like Hispanic or not. I personally am Hispanic, so that's why it brought a lot of meaning to me and almost made me cry. It's what he said at the end, though. The only thing more powerful than hate is love. And that is very true. I do agree with that a lot. If you live a hateful life, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay? I really hope you guys can get out of it. I know it's super easy to hate on people, you know, even besides people, you know, it's easy to just have hatred in your heart, whether it's for someone or not. And it's super bad. Not super bad, but it's like super unhealthy to live that kind of lifestyle for your overall well-being and health. You're not happy, you know, you're just full of hate. And I know too many people like that personally in my life. And, you know, I honestly thank God for a lot of my experiences I've had with these people that are filled with hate in their heart, because it made me very aware what being consumed by hatred, like what it does to you. It doesn't do anything good for you. It doesn't end well ever. You know, people are going to purposely want to avoid you, because I personally wanted to avoid these people as much as I could, but I really couldn't, because they were part of my everyday life. Every time I would go to school, for example, there was some people who were hateful, you know, that I didn't want to be around. They would talk really badly about others, and I'll admit I've been someone who would talk about people, gossip and stuff, but as I've gotten older, I definitely have become a lot more aware of that and try to do it less. I try not to do it at all, even. Gossiping is honestly one of the things that kind of brings disgust to me, to be honest. Like, I honestly, I don't see the point of gossiping. You know, you're not really helping anyone or anything by doing that. You're honestly just projecting. You know, you're kind of projecting your own opinions and thoughts that you have on the person, and they're usually pretty bad all the time, but I usually don't try to give into that too much. Love, guys. Love is the main thing that everyone should strive for in this life. Even for those people who say they don't want love in this life, you know, I think they're lying to themselves. You know, deep down we do want love. I think social media just gave you a different perspective, you know, on how love is and stuff, which is obviously not correct. You know, social media is a lie. Love does exist. I just recommend you guys don't go and find it on dating apps, because that's not the way. Well, that's just me, because there are some individuals who do find their significant others on these dating apps, which respect to them, you know, I love that for them. But that's just me, though. I personally would not want to find my future wife on a dating app. I would much rather meet them in person. But yeah, besides just like finding your significant other in relationships, I think it's just really important to like live your life with love, you know? Have love as like a core value of yours. Treat everything with kindness. You know, be nice to others. Don't be mean to them, because there's no reason to be mean to them. They haven't done anything to you. If you hate them just because of the way they look, then there's definitely something that needs to get checked out with you. Or even just someone's personality. You know, obviously there's some icks people have between people, you know. They could be people who talk too much, people who look a certain way, and it's just awful, man. It's just, and to hear that, yeah, it's awful. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had with this video. It was pretty short. I just wanted to talk briefly on how the only thing more powerful than hate is love. And I hope you guys can at least try to imply this in your life, to not live in hatred so much, and just don't hate in general. There's a lot of bad things that can be brought with hatred, and it's ugly, guys. It's really ugly. I'm telling you right now, it's ugly. You're not gonna like it. I hope you guys have a great week this week. Today's Monday. It'd be Monday. And I will catch you guys in another video. Ciao.